We're joined now by Governor Ned Lamont of Connecticut. Governor Lamont, thank you for joining us this morning. You signed the order last night asking visitors from hard-hit states to quarantine. Just to explain to everybody why you decided to take this step and how it's going to work.
So back when the New York metro area, including Connecticut, had a high infection rate, there were some quarantines on our visitors down to places like Florida. And today they have a much higher, 10 times higher infection rate than we do here. And as you know, George, the virus often travels by airplane and arrives, and then it spreads. So we thought one of the best things we could do was to see if we can prevent that from happening in our region.
New York is imposing fines on people who violate the order. Why isn't Connecticut taking that step?
What we're going to do is we're going to go to every travel agent and say, from these regions, don't come to Connecticut unless you get tested first or know you have to quarantine. We're going to go to all the hotels and on every single site there for ordering. Let people know from those states you have to quarantine if you come to Connecticut.
But this is voluntary. It's not. You're not going to enforce it in any with fines or any other kinds of penalties.
Yeah, George, not yet. We haven't had to. I mean, the people of Connecticut have been wearing the masks. There's no fines for not doing that. They've been protecting the protocols at the restaurants without fines. So I'd like to think we'll be able to self-police. But if we can't, we'll ramp it up.
You know, and Governor Cuomo's team in New York also said that New Yorkers should essentially follow the see something, say something rule. If they see a possible violation, say a neighbor coming in from out of state, they should report it to the health department. Do you want Connecticut citizens to do the same thing?
We have been doing that, especially for our, safe stores, safe restaurants. If they're not following the protocols, people dial 211, and we send the public health official out to tell people these are what the rules are. So that same could translate for folks traveling here from very infected states.
Connecticut was hit so hard at the beginning, as you know better than anyone, but now you have one of the lowest reproduction rates for the virus in the entire country. How are things going with reopening?
Right now, we've got, George, about 95% of our economy open. That's good. I think people are more or less following the protocols pretty strictly. That's very good. But we know that we're not an island, and our region is not an island, and that's why we're doing what we can to protect ourselves from incoming viruses from highly infected areas.
You worried about backsliding?
Oh, we're always worried about that, aren't we? I look around the rest of the country. I think a lot of it's related to those bars being open, people not wearing the masks. I think that's what's been the big driver. And so far, we're doing pretty well here. But let's face it, we got some cabin fever. It's getting warmer out there. I'm worried.
Well, and all of us in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut who were hit so hard so early by this are watching the rest of the country now and wondering what message they took from our experience and what they're going through right now. What is your message to the rest of the country right now?
I talked to some of the southern governors and I asked them what's going on. And first they said it's more testing. I said, no, it's, hospitalizations are up. They said probably in Connecticut, everybody knows somebody not just they lost a job, but they also know somebody that lost their life. Maybe that's not true in some of these other states. So we are much more likely to take this seriously around here. And I hope that message translates now around the rest of the country.
Governor Ned Lamont, thanks very much for your time this morning.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.